the pyramids in Egypt. That's awesome. Plasma bubbles, and the way that they depicted them were like huge bubbles, like the size of the pyramids, like in the atmosphere. Pretty cool. I gotta look that up. Super awesome. I've got to be out here more often, I know. My whistle is broken. Very cool. Oh, that's cool too. Just in case that truck comes around again. I clearly must think I'm a badass bitch. I do not know what the fuck is wrong with me. I know what I gotta protect is the truth. I know exactly what's going on. Well, not exactly, but I know what is going on. How would you like it if You were targeted because you had novel genes, the genes that are the single strand, the strand of the monogene of God. And how would you like it if, because mankind is such a piece of shit, greedy creep, they stole the code, kept it secret, and basically made sure that I was abused all my life because I've been chipped. They've been monitoring me, surveilling me for all my life. They battered a child into me, then they got another tissue sample, then they destroyed my womb. Then they tried to kill me, and that's what they've been doing ever since. But they've been stealing all of our data, and they mapped the human genome on my genes. And they've in fact been misdiagnosing people because they've been comparing them to the single strand, which is what I have. It in fact indicates, it's the indication that I have a connection to the divine. This is not a joke. This was interesting news for me to find out after this happened, when my daughter got kidnapped, October 25th, 2016. Exactly. Nobody's ever here when I'm telling the truth. No one ever sticks around when I'm telling the truth, but because it's gang stalkers. Those are the only ones that are trying to check me out. I'm shadow banned, but I'll still speak the truth. When my daughter was kidnapped, I demanded God come to my aid. This is not going to happen on my watch. My daughter was kidnapped. Well, God did. And I was dead. I was dead at my desk. 4 months later, I did everything I could. But I litigated for a year until I lost everything. And this is the premeditation of the genetic science. Genetic science is not molecular or biological science. There's millions of papers. Grab any one of them and go, hey scientist guys, why don't you redo this laboratory experiment for us? Your patent documentation has documentation on it. Why don't you go ahead and do that one again? Oh, the scientists don't stick around for them to be talked shit on. Because that's all you guys are, citizen scientists. You guys are just citizen scientists trying to gather data. And you know what you guys are going to end up in? Where do you think? Where do you think you're going to end up in? When you guys commit fraud on the record. Not just small-time fraud. We're talking crimes against humanity. Mapping the human genome on my single strand and saying that it came from an anonymous man because I've got the Y chromosome. And that just bothers man's narrative of the X and the Y. It bothers man's narrative of 50-50. But none of that's true. None of the religions are true. Man's the one who translated it and turned it into father and son. But men don't give birth to children. Well, that's what they say. That's the way he wants it in the Bible. So do you think that this world turned into this piece of shit because the men that are in charge, like, were doing such a great job? No, they filed everything up. They lied about everything. They changed everything. They plagiarized everything. They stole everything. They reaped everything. And it's no surprise that this world is in the condition it's in, which is exactly what the Bible does talk about. The Bible does talk about that, except the way they translated it. What the fuck is this all about? I'm not here to talk to you people. I'm here to talk to you, but I don't want to get fucked with. You guys are just citizen scientists trying to fuck with me. That's all that it ever is. So just fuck off. And you know what I'm talking about, all you people, that citizen scientists that have been stalking me for the last number of years. You guys are going to end up in jail for behavioral modification. It's not genetic science, you liars. You lied about everything. That's right, the people who are running this world, the policymakers, all those health practitioners, you guys are not in the business of healing anything, and you know it. Exactly, you guys don't stick around because it proves it. You guys are the stupid, dumbass citizen scientists that are gonna go to jail for behavioral, for way too many things you guys are getting your hands in. And you're all gonna get in trouble for it. No immunity for any judges, for any health practitioners, for any cartel members, none of it. None of it. It's absolutely evil what you people are doing. This is no band-aids for this world. We're gonna start it from scratch. Pretty much. Everything is gonna start all over again. Mankind can't handle to hear it. Oh well, that's not our problem. Everything man touches, he destroys. So right now, what you see going on in the world with the billionaires and the nonsense, that's all fraud. That's all void. They're basically thieves in front of our faces. They're criminals walking around with billions of dollars that doesn't belong to them. All of the money that all of them have is from information they stole that hasn't been properly litigated yet. And I'll tell you one thing, I'm the one that's got standing. I'm the one that's got standing to sue the whole entire world because they stole my genes and have made tens of trillions of dollars on it and have been trying to murder me. And it's in fact a fake science that they've been misdiagnosing people. Yeah, because they're death profiling. They're not learning to heal anything. They're not studying cancer because they're trying to cure it. Do you know what cancer is? Cancer, in their opinion, is any of those qualities that a person has that wants to talk the truth, wants to tell on the truth, wants to tell on the bad guys, wants things to be fair. That's a quality they don't really appreciate very much. That's the cancer. But the world is ran by men, so women are a cancer to men as well. That's what a cancer is. Ask them to show you the biological experimentation in the laboratory. They can't. And so now we've got a world that's ran by corporations, and they don't think from a human perspective, but the science. They don't even involve love or spirit in their science. What does that tell you? Well, what it tells you, it's kind of like if you were to give me a recipe, a blueberry pie recipe, and I didn't include the blueberries, would you end up with a blueberry pie? No. You probably wouldn't end up with much of a pie. So why are we letting them get away with talking about health when they're not talking about health? There's nothing healthy about the world that they're creating. Nothing. Nothing. War fighting? There's nothing even intelligent about that remotely. But I have a reason to believe that they think they're the chosen ones. Those 144,000, I bet you they were the ones that got taken off the earth, like when there was a mud flood. And they think that they're the important ones. Little do they know, they're the ones that are being given the final chance before they end up getting put in the lake of fire. They're getting their final opportunity to turn their ship around, but they are not. They're accelerating it. They decided to go balls to the wall. Bad choice. Better luck next time. You got forever to figure it out, so no one's rushing, qualifying anybody to get into the gates that doesn't deserve it. You better believe you have to earn it. But it's not the end of the world in the sense that man has been trying to make all of us fear. Well, that's because man wants everybody to join him in hell. You know how they are. They don't want to be alone in hell. Well, guess what happens where they're going anyway? They do get separated. They get stuck behind the bars of light on a very small level, like plank length. Yeah, that's right. All by themselves. They get to experience something in the mental field for the next orbit. Yeah. The rest of us move on to being light beings. So it's a pretty big deal to lose this one. These guys think they're winners. They're straight heading for the losing. They're straight heading for running right off the cliff, right off the edge of the pier, right into the wall, right off the mountain. That's what they're doing. Full steam ahead. You got to hand it to them. They've got at least persistence. They dedicate themselves, that's for sure. And they're dreamers. You got to give them that much too. They're dreamers. But they're dreamers in the wrong direction. But that's how you ended up with a perverted world. A perverted world that groomed the women into submission and killed the ones that didn't a long time ago. So it's no surprise we've got the husband and wife teams with Bonnie and Clydes all over the place. Trafficking children like sickos. Turns out the whole world's a Satan worshiper, pretty much. They all worship Satan. That's what God taught them to worship, the big mad dad. That guy doesn't exist. Heck, as far as I know, that the story of Moses didn't happen. There's layers to that information. It's interesting too, because people are so determined about Jesus, and what you guys don't understand with me having the genes, that they kept secret from me. It's because there's something specific about it. It's because my genes either match mitochondrial Eve, or matches like Mary Magdalene, or matches, it's some, that's what it is. It matches the record. That's what is so special about them. And they kidnapped my daughter. So just so you know, genetic science is a fraud. It's not genetic science. They're not going in to the laboratory with a microscope. It's behavioral modification, and they're talking about it in the swap story. When they say things like, oh, this is going to be therapeutic, they're talking about how that's a mechanism to hurt. This is the swap story. They're talking about how to kill you. It's death profiling. Look at all their papers. They're never talking about anything healing. They're never talking about any positive quality of the human being. They're talking about all this jargon stuff with all this molecular biology, right? Because it's a math that the computer fabricated. The computer fabricated it to go along with their narrative. It's what it is. It is what it is. And mankind's a big because the reproduction isn't even that. All right, I'll go inside. Cop stops across the street. No thanks.